Hi, this is Michael Spokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are embarking on part 2 of this great topic, controlling those things that you can control and forget about things that you cannot control. There are those things in life that you can control. There are those things that you cannot control. Therefore, you cannot worry about those things that you cannot control. Now, as a young man, some of the things that you can control is your words. And I want to emphasize that you cannot control the words of others about you. What people speak about you, what people say about you, you cannot control that because that doesn't come out of your mind. It doesn't come out of your lips. It is coming out of the lips of other people. But you can control your own words. And I want to start by saying, young men, you must be careful of words because words are powerful. Words can change things. Words can kill. Words can give life. And this is very important. And that is why you'll find even in the Bible, in the book of James, they speak about the power of the tongue. And the reason why it speaks about the power of the tongue is because what comes out of words, what comes out of your tongue becomes very, very important. And that is why you cannot just say words willy-nilly and being very careless with your words that you say. And that is why as a young man, you must grow to a level of controlling your words and being careful of what you're saying, either starting with yourself, because there are people that talk so bad about themselves until they become exactly what they have been talking about themselves. Words are powerful. You talk down upon yourself, you will actually destroy yourself. You actually speak about you being poor and declare poverty upon your life, you become one. So I want to emphasize that which you say with your tongue upon yourself, those words that you speak against yourself, they're very detrimental to an extent that you may not be able to reverse them or sort yourself out of them. And that is the reason why it becomes very important that because you can control the words that come out of your mind, so out of your lips, so therefore control them as they are right now. Be careful of what you're saying. Be careful of what you talk about yourself. Be careful of what you are saying about yourself. Because also when you look at it, whatever you've said much about yourself, that's what you've become. And I must emphasize that words, therefore, can be controlled at a time when you're still thinking, because words are connected to the mind. And I must actually emphasize the fact that according to the Bible, it says, out of the outflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. Now, the heart that the Bible speaks about here is the mind. It's actually the thoughts that come to your mind, because before you speak, you think about it. But I want to say that as much as we have spoken yesterday about controlling your thoughts, it is going to be very important as well that when your thoughts are fully matured in you, whether positive or negative, you can still control it at the level of your words. You can still control what to say. You can still control what are you going to speak and what are you not going to speak. And this is the reason why I would say as a young man, you need to attain wisdom. You need to look for wisdom and make sure that you're having wisdom. Because wisdom is that ability that you want to speak something now, but you are able to analyze it. That what will be the impact of what I say? Because when you analyze and say what is an impact of what I say now, right now, it is going to help you decide whether to say those words or not. Now, this is very important because even if it's words that you're going to say to other people, it is very important that you control those words, because remember that it is going to be you who decide what to say to the people. And always the best way is to filter the words to a level of saying, will I be comfortable if somebody says the same words to me? Will I be happy? Will I be joyful when somebody says such words to me? If the words that you're going to say or you're planning to say, it is something that you will not appreciate if anybody else say those words to you. So please control those words, because you are still at the point where you can control the words. And I must really say that sometimes we are worried about what people say about us. Sometimes we are worried about what people have said about us. People gossiping about you, telling others about you, and we worried about that and we meditate about that. But the key thing as a young man, I want you to realize that what is going to be very important in your life is controlling your own words rather than dwelling on trying to control what other people are saying about you. People can speak what they want. They can speak at the time that they want. They can speak to people that they want to talk to. It doesn't matter. They'll say things anyway. Because even when you do good, people will talk. When you don't do good, people will talk. Anything that you do in life, as long as you're alive, people will talk about it. Now, therefore, the words of the people that they're speaking, you cannot control that. You cannot make any means of stopping that because they will say it anyway. When you have heard people have been saying this about you, what I want to advise you as a young man, because you cannot control it, don't even also entertain it. Don't even also confront the people. Because the more you confront people that have been saying something about you, you're actually fanning the fire yourself. You're actually making what people said about you to be true. Because if when you try to defend something, if they're lying about you, it doesn't matter because that's not going to change anything. You are not in control of what people say. You can only be in control of what you say. But I want to emphasize also that if you are not controlling what you're saying, you may implicate yourself in many ways. There are many people that have got into trouble in this life because of carelessly saying words that later implicate them. So therefore, be careful of what you say because what you say may come back to bite you one day. And I want to emphasize that as a young man, a sign of maturity in you is ability to choose the type of words that you say, ability to speak some of the things, and there are things that you cannot speak. And I must emphasize also that there are environments that determine what you can say in that environment. So it's going to take wisdom from you as a young man to decide what to say based on the environment itself, based on the people that are there, because there are things that you cannot speak in the midst of the young people. There are things that you cannot speak in the midst of children. So therefore, you're going to be careful enough and you're going to choose words and make sure that you speak those words that are palatable, that are building, that are creating, those words that will encourage others instead of discouraging them. Now, choose your words at all times because you are able to control that. But I want to emphasize, you cannot control what people say, but you can control what you can say. So therefore, be encouraging with what you are saying to people, inspire other people with your words, and don't destroy people with your tongue. As I've said, that the tongue can kill, while the tongue can also give life. And that's very important. Now, you must choose to give life with your tongue. Choose to give life with what you are saying, with your words, instead of killing and discouraging people in what you are saying and making sure that you build. Actually, you become a contributor of good news to people instead of contributor of bad news to people. So your words, therefore, you can control, but you cannot control what other people are saying. I want to end up here today. Your host, Makonas Mbokani. Thank you very much for listening to us and be part of this great topic. This was part 2. Of course, we'll deal with part 3 tomorrow. And I believe strongly that you're going to subscribe to our YouTube channel and you're going to click that notification button so that every single video that we post, it notifies you and you'll be able to join us in the journey of this type of teachings as a young man. And you're going to gain out of this and become a better young man. Thank you very much once more for listening to us. Your host, Makonas Mbokani. Thank you very much and have a wonderful evening. May the good Lord bless you and cheers for now.